Hi, everyone, and thank you for watching this brief video on Lumen Learning and Waymaker Access. Lumen Learning is a publishing company that publishes textbooks, creates software, and different course materials for colleges and universities. At Wake Tech, we use Lumen Learning for various courses, Business 110, 137, 153, just to name a few. Let's go ahead and talk a little bit more about the software. So we obviously know that they publish textbooks, but they also create software to go along with those textbooks. When you go into Wake Tech's bookstore, you can go ahead and search for the course, and depending on what course you're taking, it will go ahead and show you what's required versus what's recommended. For all of the courses for Lumen, the access code or the access card is always required. And so for here, you can see it's required. It's $35.71. It's a code that's found on a physical card that you get, and it's only available for in-store pickup or shipping. So don't delay. Go ahead and buy that code as soon as humanly possible. The textbook located underneath, you'll see, is recommended, meaning it's optional. You don't have to purchase the textbook, but you do have to purchase the access code. Let's go ahead and jump back over to Blackboard. And you can see right here, for all of the courses that I teach with Lumen, I make the access code required. But again, that textbook will always be optional, regardless if it's 110, Business 137, Business 153, it doesn't matter. Buy that access code. And then if you want to buy that textbook, you can. It is optional. There is a free PDF version also located here as well. So you don't necessarily have to buy the book from the bookstore. You can download a PDF. Let's go ahead and take a look at Waymaker, the software. So to access Waymaker, what you'll do is you'll go into the weekly lessons and into the modules. So for instance, modules similar to a chapter. Think of it as a chapter. So chapter 1, role of business. So to access Waymaker, you'll go ahead and click right here on the study plan. So the study plan takes you to the software, and it's the online version of the textbook. So the study plan and the textbook are one and the same. You can see here, if you click on the different tiles, these are just different areas within the chapter. So you can click on why it matters, role of a business. And once that does, you'll come up and you'll go ahead and read it just like you would a textbook. At the bottom, you'll see next and previous buttons, and then click study plan to go back to those different areas. Now you can see here, it says there's a picture of a soup cycle, a lake in the background. If you were to look at the actual PDF version or the textbook, you'll see that they match up. So this is the first page on module 1, the textbook, which is 612 pages. But over here in the software, it lines up identically. So I just want to go ahead and reiterate one more time that the software, the study plan, is the textbook, but it's just the textbook online. Now, one of the great advantages of having access to the study plan are all the great tools and resources found within the study plan. For instance, if you were to click on one of these areas, I happen to know that there's a video in here, but I'll go ahead and pull that up in just a moment. A textbook doesn't have access for you to watch a video, right? But here in the study plan, if you scroll down, you'll find interactive videos found within the study plan that helps reinforce the learning. Additionally, you'll find practice questions. These practice questions are also typically found on your module assessments, which count as a grade. Now you're probably asking yourself, okay, great. I bought the access code. I know how to access Waymaker. I go right in here to the study plan. I can go ahead and go right in and look at the different areas. But at what point do I type in that access code? And this is where it gets a little bit tricky. So the access code will only be asked the first time you take a module assessment. And so it'll go ahead and prompt you at that point to type in that access code. It's a one-time code. You just purchase it one time and you enter that code one time. And then once you enter that code, it unlocks all of the modules for you. Now, you're probably thinking, okay, great. Where do I find these assessments? Well, you'll find them also too within the same area that you found your module. So you'll either find it in module one, you can find it in here, it'll say module one assessment. It really depends on how your course is laid out. It will be easy to find, I promise. But at this point where it says module one assessment, this is where you'll actually type in your access code for the very first time. I hope that made it a little bit easier to understand how this works. I'll go ahead and summarize. All right, Lumen's the publisher, Waymaker's the software. You have a study plan, which is the same thing as a textbook. It's just online. You'll need to buy an access code, and you'll need to buy that as soon as humanly possible because you will have assessments coming up and you'll need that access code to take those assessments. All right, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. One last thing I want to mention is the Lumen support. If you have technical difficulties, please contact Lumen support. I am not an IT professional. I don't have access to fix your computers or your issues or your internet. Please contact Lumen support and they can go ahead and assist you. Thank you so much and have a great day.